my code about the polynomialism, and let's just go straight to it. So the first thing I'm create about the area attribute name coefficient, and then I'm setting on like a data type be the rabbit, and I'm calling, and then after that I'm exactly just like create a constructor. We take the array at this parameter, and then I'm store the value into like the new attribute we have already add, because like we want to follow about the UML class diagram, so we need to follow this thing. So yeah, and then I'm great about the method find about the degree. So yeah, in order to make it more clearly, I'm exactly what just showing you this one. So yeah, this is explaining about the code. So the reason why I'm setting about the coefficient array length -1, because like if for example if we got like about 2 to the power of 4 minus 3 to the power 3 and then 5 to the power 2 plus 3x minus 2, the coefficient in the polynomial array is like 2 minus 3 5 3 and then minus 2, and then I want to store that thing into like the polynomial array, which is the length is 5, and in order to get about the degree we need to like -5, because like we got like about 2 to the power of 4, right? So we don't have like 2 to the power of 5, so we need to -1, so degree in this case we change to the 4. So that's how it will be working. And in here, because like you already know in the C# we already got like about the default two string. So in order to override it, we need to call it override string to string. And then in here I'm exactly just like uh, this, like this method is like when you got like about the zero value, like about 0 to the power 3, something like that. It exactly just remove that thing, and to make the code more readable when you're looking at about the polynomials. So that's it, how the general thing, how this code will be working, how this method will be working. So the first thing I'm just like create an array would have similar size with the array coefficient in order to like store the new polynomial. And the first thing like I'm create about the loop to go through array attribute in the array coefficient from the highest from lowest to lowest. So the reason why I'm set this one to higher to lowest, not lower to higher, because like uh, you can see in uh, yeah, so you can see in this one. So we, for example, we got this value from like the higher to lower. It's much more readable. So if we write it from lower to high with the 1 plus 11x plus 2 to the power 2 and then 5x to the power 3, it's still working, but like it's not really logic when we writing in a polynomial. So I will set it back to the to I will set it to from higher to lower. So yeah, this is how we working. Instead of I plus plus, I'm creating into like I minus minus, and this is how the code will be working. So the first thing like uh, for example, if we got like about 3 to the power 2 plus 0x plus 5, so the array coefficient in this case is like we got like the 3 0 and 5. So we, in order to make this thing, we need to like create about the objects to string, and then the output was just like 3 to the power 2 plus 5, and this is how exactly it will be working. So the first thing you can see in here is like the first if we like check if it not equal to 0, it will be stored to the new array term, otherwise it will be removed. So the first thing I'm checking the first one with is like degree 0, which it doesn't have any x. And if the x, if like the coefficient length -1 minus is will be yeah, for this is about the store degree 0. So because like we got like the length is 4 in this case, so if we go to like Discord, and the length is right now is 4 minus 1, which is we already set, and then the index in this case is 0. So we got like about 3, and then we change this value to string. So that is how we will working if we want to get like about the 2 string in this case. And which is we got like about x to the power 3 in here. What about the decrease one? Decrease one is just like we got like about the index is 1, and then we got like a 2. So because like already know that decrease 1 we got like x, right? So we need to add about the coefficient plus the x string in this case after the values. So in here I'm already at that thing. And then what about for the higher degree? For the higher degree we already doing the same thing for about here. In this one I'm using about the length 4, and then 4 minus 1 minus 3 is like 0, and we need to add like x to the power to the value of index. So the index in here is 3, so x to the power 3 in here, and the index 0 with the 4 in the array. So in the array, so we got like about 4x to the power 3, and then after that we using about the join method to like join that's everything we have been make into the select. We have been clean in the condition will be stored in here, and then join it everything together. And then we got like about the another method with the evaluate method. We take a parameter of the x, so evaluate to calculate the polynomial, which already know the value of x. So the first thing I'm create about a new new variable. We start about a result equal to 0. Next thing I'm create about a loop, go through every attribute, and then I'm checking whether about the length is less than about the index, and I'm using about the MyPolynomial in here, which is like the value of x multiplied to the power, the value of x to the power of that loop. So I will be explaining in here. So this is about how evaluate method will be working. For example, if we get like about 2 to the power 3 minus 3 to the power 2 plus 2x plus 3 minus 3. So if the area will be this one, 2 plus 3, 2 plus 3, and then for example, if x equal to 2, we call the object using evaluate method, and the output will be like 5. And this is how we be working, because you already know that we already override about the 2 string in this case. So the 2 string in this one, the index will be changed. So because we already make the polynomial from higher to lowest, and the index of the lowest is just 0. So the array in this one is like minus 3, 2, minus 3, and then 2. And then we will just go to the loop. If because the first index is 0, like 0 less than 4, result will be like 0 plus like minus 3 to the power 0, which is 1, and then we got like this result, and then it going back to the loop for 1, 2, and then 3 until we got like the final value, and then we break out. So that is how the evaluate method will be working. And then we want, because we don't using about the void method, so we need to return as the result. And then we got like about my polynomials, with it taking about the polynomial objects into another one. So the method take all the objects my polynomial to create about a new polynomial. So it will add to polynomial to like the new to create about a new one. So the first thing we got like about is select the maximum degree between 2 polynomial. So we want to get that thing in order to create about to extend about an array. So this is our new array in this case, and then we go to like the first loop. We go to the loop in here. We're taking about the coefficient 0, coefficient 2. If height is less than the get degree in this one, in this one, let's just get example, it's much easier. So in here I'm using about the first thing I'm using this one is is it about the shortest way compared to this one, but it's exactly similar. So let's just like, for example, if we got this polynomial is 3 to the power 2 plus 2x plus 5. The second one is like 2 to the power 3 plus 2 to the power 2 plus 5x. The array is like 5 to 3, and then the array 2 we got like about 0 5 minus 2 2, because like we don't have the degree 0 in this case. So the array we need to add is to 1, which we already done in here. And then this is how I explain about the loop. So we already see that we got like about two polynomials, which is the arrays a4, and then we got going to like the loop if 0 less than 0. So the coefficient will be 5. The first coefficient will be 5, and then the second one, the order coefficient will be like 0, and it will be we will be like add that thing together in order to get the new coefficient. So the new coefficient decrease 0 is 5. We continue doing until we got like the final values. So this is like about I split the code. This is the shortcut way to do compared to like split that thing, which is easier to like understand and see. And then the MyPolynomial multiply also doing the same thing. We got like we taking about the objects of the MyPolynomial, and then we create about a new one. So the first thing that we got like get degree of 2 that thing, and then plug it together, and then we start about a new polynomial, and then we go to like the first loop of the i's, and then we create about a 2 for loop. The reason why I create about a 2 for loop is that for example, if we got like this polynomial, and then the orders were like 2x plus 5, so the max degree in this case for a is 2, and the max degree in b is 1. First one we go to about the loop of a, and then the loop of b. So in the coefficient 0 plus 0, which is still 0, and then coefficient plus coefficient multiplied by the order of the coefficient, which index is 0. So 1 plus 5 is 5, and then it continue to go back to the loop, and then 0 plus 1 will be 1 multiplied with 4x, and then it will come back again, and then 1 plus 0, it will continue until it finish. So that's how the multiply is working. And this one is like how I'm creating about the objects and how we're testing it. So I'm creating about the new array, which is like the polynomial is 4 to the power 4 plus 2 plus minus 4 to the power 2 plus 2, and this is how we will store it, and then create about new objects, and then console realize to see how it's working in show it to the terminal. Coefficient doing the same. This is about the order polynomial object, which is the value is minus 1 to the power 2 plus 2, and then I'm let the x equal to like 1.75. So let's just run it to make sure it's running. So you can see in here we got like about testing to string method, which is if that thing doesn't have like 0, if this thing have 0, so it will be remove that thing to make it more readable. The other polynomial objects also test evaluating, like if we got like 1 to the 1.75, and then we'll be asking, we will be taking that one, so the result will be this one, which is correct answer, and then it's testing at adding 2 polynomial. So I'm adding this one, the first polynomial, to the second one, and then the result will be 2 to the power 4 plus minus 2 to the power 2, and then plus 3, which is correct, which is the correct answer. And then the test multiplying polynomial also doing the same. 2 to the power 4 plus 2 to the power 2 is like 4 to the power 6, and then minus 4 to the power 2 multiply. If we are taking this one multiply to this one multiply to this one, which is like we got like about the 2 loop. So that is how we working in this case, and we also got the correct answer. So the next thing was the answer of do we need to keep the degree of polynomial as instant variable in the MyPolynomial in C#? What is your argument for answer, and how C and C++, and how about C++? So our answer, like, it is not absolutely required to store the degree as the instant variable in the MyPolynomial class in C#. However, doing so can offer performance benefit by avoiding computation and enhance code clarity by making about the crucial property easy to accessible. The same reasoning applies to C to C and C++ too, where storing the degree as an instant variable and improve both performance and code readability. So that thing was just like C++, and then C# just doing the same thing. So it's just like about the different the code language, but about the function algorithm, it exactly is the same. So yeah, that's it.